this is Mary Bengoa from Bengoa Physical Therapy, and I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about how to loosen up your hips. So a lot of us get pretty stiff in our hips from sitting a lot or just from lack of being as active as we used to be. So that can create a lot of problems for us. So I'm going to show you just a few things you can do. So one of them can be just to get down on the floor and do a traditional butterfly stretch where you're going to bring your feet together, pull them up towards you, and then try and let your knees fall towards the floor. That should stretch you here in your adductors. You can also do that while you're laying down if that's more comfortable for you. That can give you a better stretch here. And then for all of your stretches, I recommend you do 3 sets of 30 seconds on each side. Another thing that happens is we get tight in our hamstrings, so while you're on the floor you can do just a little hamstring stretch with your one leg straight and the other knee bent up here. That will help protect your back by not having both of your legs out straight at the same time, and then you're going to keep your back straight and bend forward, reaching towards your toe, and that in itself can feel really good and a good stretch in your hamstring. It shouldn't be hurting in your back or pulling in your back. So if it is, then you are most likely bending through your back instead of bending forward through your hips. So make sure that you keep your back as straight as you can and do the pull through your hip itself. Another stretch that feels good to stretch the front of our hips is to kneel, and then you kind of lunge forward through your hips, and that should pull in the front of the hip on the leg that's behind you. You can increase the stretch by raising your arm straight up towards the sky or reaching up and over you, and that should be a really good one for most of us. We're pretty tight in that direction. And then another idea to do would be to do a side lunge stretch like this. And so we're stretching this adductor muscle here. You're going to keep your back straight again while you do that, and then the motion's just coming through your hips. And then lastly, one other stretch that we should do would be to stretch our glute muscles. And so you can stretch your piriformis by sitting in a chair, crossing your leg like that, and then you're going to push your knee down towards the floor, keep your back straight and lean forward, and that's going to stretch right in your buttock area, and that one will feel really good for those of you who get a lot of pain in your hip if you've been up and walking and feel like you have to sit down, or for those of you who sit in a car and you start getting pain in your cheek or down into your leg. This stretch can be helpful. So for all of your stretches, I recommend that you do on both sides, and again, try and hold your stretch for 30 seconds and do 3 of them on each side. When you do them, gets you the best change in the tissue length. All right, give those a try.